See, Arash, this would have been a really good weekend for you to come to town, because not only do you have the Rider game Friday night, I could have taken you out to Country Thunder out in the valley, and we would have got a little cowboy on, and then Def Leppard. What's your favorite Def Leppard song?
I was thinking, first, let me just get to this. I actually went in February, late February, early March, and I'm hoping to go again later this month. You know who's made a renaissance on their 30th anniversary doing a tour?
Give me a hint.
Canadian band. Yeah, they're a little clumsy. They can be up late at night or early in the morning around 4 a.m.
Our Lady Peace?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's
Never
a good
seen
one.
them. Never seen them live.
Weren't they here? Didn't they open up Mosaic Stadium?
They're here every third year, and I miss them every time they're here.
They're great. It's an awesome live show.
Yeah. Okay. We're same demographic. What about my Matchbox 20 idea?
Oh, man.
That's a good album. That first album?
I have not heard of Matchbox 20. I'm just going through it. Oh, man. Look at some of these tracks.
Push, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
There's so many. Like, Long Day
You
could
might
be
be the only
the
person
most
I know who
underrated
does
rock song of the 90s.
You might be the only person I've ever known who doesn't like Oasis.
I didn't say I didn't like him. I'm not traveling anywhere to see him. Oasis plays Connexus Arts Center? Maybe. Who's opening? That's where I'm at with Oasis. Like, I might not even go to near Wascana. It's a 10-minute drive from my house to see him. I could be wrong.
The year I worked in Winnipeg, 2008, Oasis came Labor Day Monday, and I'm at the show. It was actually a really good show. I couldn't believe Oasis came to Winnipeg. And it's 3/4 of the way through the show, and my phone starts buzzing. It's the GM, it's the coach, it's the team president. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Charles Roberts, we're trading Charles to the BC Lions. I'm like, oh, God, I better sober up quick. We got some work to do.
Did you stay for the full show? Was it a good show?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is before social media, so we're able to do
Silver Heights after for a pint and some ribs?
That was only after games.
Well, we could go on in this music thing for forever. Hey, I got trivia coming up. Our new feature here. It's for Pump Jack's Cathedral Saloon and Steakhouse. It's in about 50 minutes time. It's going to be a baseball question because I'm a huge baseball guy.
Huge baseball guy.
But I'm watching games. You find my kids come into the sunroom last night. I'm reclined. What are you watching? They're baseball. And I'm like, I'm kind of getting this vibe. Hottest team in the world, Arash.
Well, they are. And they're doing it in a whole bunch of different ways. And it's crazy to think that not that long ago, they were 2 games below 500 and battling for last in the division. Now they are far and away the leaders in the American League East. And they're just mashing the baseball. Barney, and I'm just going to be honest with you, I don't know how they're doing it. But there's not a ton to be worried about in the entire American League. So when you build a cushion like this right now, the inevitable slump that will come, you're going to be able to withstand it because you're whatever you are now, 13, 14 games above 500.
That's what I was going to ask. Do they have enough credits in the till?
Yeah. They also have a lot of bats. Like, I don't know what's happened to George Springer. Like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't happen in baseball. That somebody for 3 years doesn't really do much. He's in his mid-30s, and now over the last couple of weeks, he just cannot miss. For those watching the stream, the Grand Slam on Canada Day, but he has just been over and over clutch in the biggest of moments. Sometimes these things just happen in sports where somebody hits lightning in a bottle and it just elevates and lifts everybody else. And it seems like Springer's doing that. Like, it's not Vlad. Yeah, Bichette hit one the other day to win it for them. It's not Vlad. It's not Bo. It's Springer. It's Barger. It's everybody on a different night in extras. Bullpen guys giving them 2 clean innings. All the stars are kind of aligning that put them in a really good spot. Look, it's only July, second week of July, but they're just in a good spot right now, and that's where you want to be.
I was... I don't know how to word this without... I'm not being a jerk or anything here.
That's the first.
I am shocked. Vlad still talks through a translator. Like, I would have thought at some
time to time.
point... oh, really? Is that how it works? Because you've covered it. I was so surprised.
There are some walk-off interviews at the Dome that he's speaking in English. I think it just depends on the nature of the conversation, the nature of the interview, and his comfort level, what the topic is, et cetera, et cetera. I'll be honest with you guys. I've lived in this market now for 16 years in Toronto, and there hasn't been, since Sundin, a Maple Leaf this beloved. The Raptors are a different story because they won a championship. The way people talk about Lowry is just a little different. But Vlad's right there in, like, it's Bautista, it's Vlad, it's Sundin, and it's Kyle Lowry, and even DeMar DeRozan in, like, the echelon of, like, loved athletes in this city.
Nick Arbuckle. I feel bad for the guy.
Nick Arbuckle.
Well, while we're here, let's flip over to the CFL. Are the Red Blacks, are they in trouble? Or is it too early? That East seems wide open, but they're falling fast.
I don't know, Greg. Like, how do they get out of this? Like, I watched the game the other night, and then at halftime I went to my email and I looked at the actual game day roster. And there are a lot of things that people are going to say over the next little while. And the kiss of death can often be the, like, late July bye week, and Ottawa has one in 2 weeks. So you're 1-4. You could be 2-5 or 1-6 with back-to-back against the Ticats coming up. But, there are going to be people asking about, we got to make changes, something's got to happen, etc. But I looked at that game day roster they had with the injury, and I'm like, everybody's got injuries, but who are the best 3 coaches in the league right now? What, O'Shea, Dinwiddie, and Moss? Like, put Bill Belichick or Andy Reid with that roster, and that record's going to be 1-4 right now. I don't know what the solution is in the immediate right now, but Ottawa just keeps doing the same things over and over again as an organization and expecting a different result. And the last time I checked, I know what that's the definition of.
Okay, let's pretend we're doing this interview on Saturday. Okay. And I say, who is more desperate? Who needs this game more, Edmonton or Ottawa? Who would you have said?
Ottawa.
See, I would have said Edmonton.
Question. Yeah, no, to me it's no question because, look, you got a coach who's been there for a little while now, a GM who's been there for a little while now. Edmonton's first-year head coach, first-year GM, kind of rebuild mode, et cetera, et cetera. I'm really worried about this Red Blacks team, and it goes back to last year. Barney, I don't know if you remember, in early mid-September last year, I came on the show and I'm like, I don't think these guys are winning another game the rest of the season. And outside of a meaningless game at the end of the season, it literally had no meaning on the standings, they were 1-6 to end the year, and then they gave up more than 50 points in a playoff game. And so what do they decide to do? They effectively decide to run basically most of it back, except on defense, they're going to get younger. I just haven't understood what's gone on there. Their offensive line injuries are a big factor. I get it. Geno Lewis has been okay, I guess. Drew Brown, what is he? I know he's banged up. I don't know. It's not pretty there.
Okay, I'm going to call myself out and you at the same time. Both you and I are on Calgary being a bad team this year. You said they're a last place team. They're now 3-1. What's going on? Because I expected them to be terrible too.
Terrible. I thought they'd be awful, and they're not. I think it's two things. One, their defense is absolutely making plays, like big plays. And Zach, I don't know if Zach was seeing ghosts. I don't know what happened exactly there on the 2 pick sixes. Moncrief's a heck of a player. But look, to me, and this is ridiculous to even bring this up at this point of the season. We're not even a third in. So not the MOP favorite, but the most impactful player in the league this season is Vernon Adams Jr. You know, people can look at Lawler and 200-plus yards receiving, et cetera, et cetera. Hamilton was throwing the ball well last year anyway. They just added more. Calgary has been dreadful for a while. Calgary hasn't had a franchise quarterback since peak Bo, and that was a couple of years before COVID. Vernon Adams has come in there, added a dimension, a dynamic, a presence, an ability that they haven't had in a long time. And elite quarterback play wins. And right now, as we sit here, I know Bo, had a perfect quarterback rating and he's doing whatever he's doing. There is not a more impactful player in the league right now, and it's only July 8th, than Vernon Adams Jr. And he's taken a team that, in a lot of ways, should and could be 1-3, maybe even 0-4. They're 3-1 right now, and it's in large part thanks to him.
You got to put your flat, your condo, your house, whatever it is, on the line. I had this conversation with Luke yesterday, so I'm getting your take on it.
Yeah.
Who are you taking? Winnipeg or Calgary? Who's the better football team, really?
In a one game in November, or just
one game off site. It could be. It could happen again next week.
Well, if I brought up my phone right now, you'd see exactly why I'm betting live tennis this week to try and get back what went sideways on Thursday night. By the way, you want to know like the worst possible, not even a beat. It's almost worse than a beat. Okay. Yesterday, I jump on Grigor Dimitrov to beat Yannick Sinner. Dimitrov wins the first set. I double up on Dimitrov. Wins the second set. Serving 2-all in the third, and he blows his pec, and the bet's canceled. This guy was about to cash plus 700 and plus 300. Instead, I just get my money back. And that was all to break even, because I was all in on the Bombers taking Calgary to the woodshed. Instead, it was the other way around.
Speaking of lines and betting, Stamps Riders, perfect night in Saskatchewan. Friday night. Weather,
yep.
Wind, null. 51.5. Like, how hard should I hammer that over?
I know.
Or am I missing something?
I don't think you are. If Edmonton, Ottawa handsomely went over, Calgary, Sask should as well. I am very intrigued to see what Mace is going to have cooked up for Vernon. I think there's going to be a whole bunch of exotic looks. I think there's going to be a bunch of stuff they're going to do in practice this week that Adams hasn't seen before. I think there's going to be pressure coming from different places. I think they're going to try and make him think he's seeing something that he's not. Again, it's the second week of July. Nobody's winning anything this week.
Like
certainly not a ridiculous Stampede Bowl or whatever the heck that was. But
don't say that to Luke Mullender. He thinks that was one of the greatest things. I kind of don't mind it because it's got that college, like the Iron Bowl or the chopstick thing, whatever teams play for.
But it can't be week 4, Barney. Like, it's got to,
coincides with the Stampede, though, man.
I guess.
Look at this. Look at this celebration. Now, do you know about this? And maybe you're super tight with the. You know more about the league than I do. There's no doubt about it. I saw this Victory Monday, 37% off tickets to the next game, Throwback Thursday, Calgary, Montreal. Why would the Stamps be offering a discount after the win, Victory Monday, so they win? And why 37? I know, but why 37%? Is there a significant number to 37 that I'm missing here? I know 88's a big number in Calgary.
What was the score of the game?
Well, it was
30. Was it 36 or 37?
37-16.
There you go.
Oh, so if they win and whatever points they score,
put up 50 points. Everyone's there cheering for 50 points.
that's why he's here. Not only for his 80s and rock music savvy.
Okay,
Good call.
Here's a betting line I want for Friday.
Okay.
If there's going to be a fake, you got McGarry versus Craig Dickinson coming back. One of them is going to do something stupid just to show who's got the bigger Spaldings.
I don't even know if that would be a prop anywhere. Would it?
There'd have to be a prop somewhere. There's got to be some Eastern European one that'll take that action.
Oh, the former Yugoslavia. I don't have any credits left over there. No, but the other bet that I've
have any offspring over there, Barney?
that I don't know. Is first half rider lines. That's something that I've been playing with fire, but I've been winning it. But I don't know. I threw that at the 51.5. Do you think over?
I think that could be a good over.
It's gotta be.
I like the over too, especially weather going to be nice, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. I think both of these offenses are rolling right now. And look, I get the 37 points. Obviously, 2 pick sixes played a part in that. I guess I'm calling out Ottawa for definition of insanity. I think I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to bet against Calgary this week, expecting a different result, and I think I'm going to be right about it.
-5, Sasky. I'll stay at that over under, I think. Let's talk about this. Call it what I'd like. I think you like brouhaha. Greg's more of a skirmish guy.
I like Donnybrook, actually. Donnybrook is where I would have went with it.
I like throw down, old school. But what's going on? Can we have more of that? Can we have more of those fights post game, like in Montreal? Like when the Argos come here after the cheap shot. Can we have more? Can we just let them go? Take that. I like that they have the helmets off. Football players sometimes tend to keep the bonnet buttoned up tight. I like that there was no lids.
So I don't know if you noticed this. Jason Moss was doing his post-game interview with RDS, and then that broke out, and he ran away from the interview. And then the guy involved in the middle of it from BC was like, no, I was just talking to my buddy who I knew from before about getting post-game passes, et cetera, et cetera. This reminded me of the whole John Tortorella going down the Calgary Flames hallway and, Brian McGrattan waiting for him there with a couple of shoves. I don't know. I've been around pro sports a long time. I think there's one rule of thumb. You don't go in the other team's locker room unless you're looking for all hell to break loose. And guess what happened? All hell broke loose. So what did you think was going to happen when you did that? Especially when you've just won on a walk-off kick.
What?
In their building.
How did that happen again? I'm just thinking about football brouhahas. When Rocket Ishmael jumped on that guy's head. Remember that one? There's a fight. Guys, they're fighting. One guy was on the ground, and then the Rocket basically tried to 2-foot, not just 1 foot, a 2-foot jump onto the guy's head. He was wearing his helmet, but still, Sports Cage Nation, you got to help me on that. Have I been hit in the head too many times? I think that happened.
Well, yes, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Let's go back to the ski biscuit concussion. But no, it was Rocket Ishmael, and he tried to jump on someone's head. I'm almost playing.
What do we think now? To me, it's been a pretty smooth sailing start to Stu Johnston's run as commissioner. And it's not even a crisis. This is the first quote unquote thing that Stu is going to have to deal with as commissioner. Is any of this suspension worthy, or is it a max fine offense?
With punches thrown, I think you got to go suspension.
See, Stu could be a real badass and just let it go. Stu, is this Stu's CFL? Maybe he'll be chomping on a toothpick, the leather coat, dart.
I remember Adriano Belli playing for the Argos, who had won a Grey Cup with Montreal. He's walking into the Dome for a game against the Als. He's like, to hell with it. Walks right into the visitors' locker room before the game and starts MFing his buddy Calvillo and MFing his buddy Brian Chu and some expletives and throws a table and blah, blah, blah. And then he just walks right out and calmly walks into the Argos locker rooms and say, "What's up, boys?" like nothing even happened.
That's a cowboy.
Yeah,
right there.
And he got suspended a game or two for that, I think.
You go on too many boys' trips with that guy, though, you're getting your face rearranged. You're running to the wrong guys at some point. All right.
And your liver rearranged.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll keep you updated. We get to talk on Thursday, so get some more. We're gonna have some music stuff for you on Thursday.
Okay.
Keep listening to the program because we got the trivia coming up here right away. We'll see how our Sports Cage listeners are up to date on their baseball for a chance to win $50 to Pump Jack's Cathedral. Okay, talk to you Thursday, buddy.
See you guys.